Yes, welcome. Welcome to after or Behind the Evil, an Ash versus Evil Dead Sunday stream. It is so great to have everybody here. All probably two of you that are watching here. Let's see. Okay, no, it's just me right now, but hey, that's great. No worries. I love the Evil Dead, and I got to stream every single Sunday. Hey, here we go. What's up, Brett? What's up? Eat me. Hey, eat me. Yes, you are first. Absolutely. So great to have you guys here. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Evil Dead Part 2. We're going to be talking about the last half of it. We're going to be talking about trivia. I'm going to take a quiz. Let's see if we can actually. Jennifer Conley. Jennifer, I hope you're feeling better, and it's so great to have you. BRT, it is so great to have you too. So I have some trivia, and like I said, we're going to talk about the last half of The Evil Dead, which is when everybody comes to the cabin and Ash meets with everybody. So I do apologize, guys. The stream is going to be 30 minutes tonight. My husband, unfortunately, had dental surgery, so he has been needing my help. So I'm going to be definitely giving him a little bit of a hand tonight. He's still in pain and got the kids and stuff like that. So before I continue, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons: Demi Farr, Alicia George, Don Ford, John Canoni, Ethan Furness, Debbie Bobebby, Eddie Banian, Anthony Wyatt, who is in the comments, Lisa Lee, an unnamed savior, Sharon Wybe, Mally Larson, and Madison Luke. And guys, tomorrow morning, episode 9 of Mondays Are Murder is going to be out 7 a.m. It's the Tube Sock Murders. Like I said, I know a lot of you probably haven't heard of that, which it's a really interesting case, and it's pretty cool actually. So, but not really much is known about it because to me it was very clever. The person who did it was quite clever in getting away with it. So check it out tomorrow. There's also 8 other episodes of Mondays Are Murder if you guys want to check them out. And I'll be back as well next Sunday to stream with Ash versus Evil Dead. And if you want to be a patron and reap the rewards that they do, which is patron-only live streams, videos, chats, all that kind of stuff, then you would need to become a patron. And the link to that is in the description. And even $1 earns you a reward and live streams and videos for patrons only, which we had a patron-only live stream this weekend. So yeah, come join us there. We would absolutely love to have you. And again, a huge shout out to my patrons. Okay, Jennifer, I'm so glad you're feeling better. Brett, we were talking about The Evil Dead. I love that movie. Now, if you guys haven't seen it, there's The Evil Dead Part 1, which we've talked about, and there's The Evil Dead Part 2, which we're talking about today, and then Army of Darkness, I think I still got my shirt, which is Part 3. And then Starz brought the show back on their channel with Ash versus Evil Dead. They're about to start season 3. So I absolutely love the show, which is why I stream about it. Henry Mills Chase, you're so funny. Well, we can talk about the new one too, Eat Me. There is a rebooted, there was you know how everybody goes in and remakes all the movies, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween and all that stuff. Well, they remade The Evil Dead, and it really wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. There were some moments in that one where it was, yeah. So we will definitely do a stream for the new one in a future stream, I promise. So let's talk about The Evil Dead Part 2. Now, in the Part 2, we have everybody finally showing up to the cabin. Now, remember, Ash has gone a little insane inside the cabin by himself after he had to slaughter Linda. So when the daughter of Henrietta and the husband, you know, who opened the Necronomicon and read the words, she is she's coming to the house. She's coming to the cabin to see her parents, and she's got some of the missing pages of the Necronomicon. And there's a couple of people. She's got her boyfriend with her, I believe. And then there are a couple of people who I guess they met on the road together. The road to the cabin was blocked off. There was another two people who were blocked off too, so they all decided to go there together. So yeah, that. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Annie is the daughter. Her research partner is Ed Getley, and they return with more pages to the Necronomicon. And Jake and Bobby guide them to the cabin. So the four of them find Ash, who, again, has been driven insane by the evil dead. And when they get there, Ash doesn't realize, or excuse me, they get to the door. Ash hears something and he shoots his shotgun at the door. And so they open it, or excuse me. So when Ash gets closer to it, they manage to knock him out, and they drag him into the basement. So they listen to the recording while Ash is in the basement. The four people upstairs, Annie listens to the recording of how Henrietta was possessed by the evil dead, and that he was forced to dismember, or he was forced to kill her, and that she is in the cellar. And at that point, Ash is down there with her as well. So it's a really great climax, and Henrietta comes alive, and that is played by Ted Raimi, which I thought that was really awesome. So anyway, Ash dismembers her with an axe, and Bobby Joe at that point tries to escape the cabin, and so she runs into the forest, which makes me fearful for her that she's going to get gangbanged by some trees, but I don't think that happens to her. So her husband, I guess, wants to go look for her, so he holds all of them at gunpoint, and he wants them all to go outside and help him find Bobby Joe. So Ash gets possessed because Annie translates, I guess. Okay, wait. So I think the trees come and they drag. Okay, so the guy's out there screaming for his wife, Bobby Joe. And the trees like drag him away, I believe. So Ash goes back inside the cabin with Annie. She tries to read the pages before, I guess, that guy, Jake, turns on them. And so the pages are thrown into the cellar at that point too. So, okay, yeah, that's right. But Ash is possessed once again, and he takes hold of Jake, and Annie gets back into the cabin, and she's hiding from Ash. And I'm sorry, I made a mistake about Jake. He does not get dragged into that. That's Bobby Joe. Jake is kind of like a little bit outside, and he tries to get back into the cabin, but Annie thinks that he's Ash and stabs him. But she drags him to the cellar door accidentally. I guess he gets too close to the basement, and Henrietta pulls him in, and you get like a whole bunch of blood, and it's a really gory scene, and it's awesome. So Ash is a deadite. He tries to kill Annie, but he returns to his normal self when he sees Linda's necklace. So Ash, back to his normal self, gets Annie's help. They put the chainsaw back to his stump, and he eventually gets the missing pages of the Necronomicon from the basement and kills Henrietta, who turned into this really long, creepy, like, claymation monster, and this long neck monster. And it was reportrayed again in season 2 of Ash versus Evil Dead, and I loved that. We're going to talk about that when we go over season 2. So after Ash kills Henrietta, Annie says the incantation from the Necronomicon, and it sends the evil dead back into this like portal, which if you've ever seen Monster Squad, it's like the same thing. It's like a vortex of evil that sucks anything around it in the portal. So unfortunately, the evil dead gets the vortex like gets so strong It sucks in the trees and the delta. I mean, that really sucks. Poor Ash's car. And Ash gets sucked in himself. And Ash's hand is still possessed, and it gets, I believe, the Kandarian dagger, and it stabs Annie. But she still says the last words of the Necronomicon to seal the portal, and it sends Ash and his odes the Delta to like the medieval times. And then he's confronted by a group of knights. They think he's a Deadite. So it's obvious at this point to the viewer that we know that they've been having the same problem as Ash. But a real Deadite shows up, and Ash kills it with his boomstick, and he's hailed a hero. And at that point, that he's come to save their realm. And Ash breaks down, and he lets out this terrible scream. I mean, I swear he should have said Khan, but it was something similar to that. And then that's how the movie ends. And then we move into Army of Darkness, which is the third movie in the trilogy. So next week, we are going to talk about Army of Darkness. We're going to talk about the first half. That Army of Darkness is my husband's favorite movie of the trilogy. Mine is The Evil Dead Part 1. My husband's is Army of Darkness. And I know a lot of you out there love The Evil Dead Part 2 more than anything. So yeah, let me know in the comments which is your favorite one, two, or Army of Darkness. Brett asks, what is the other show on the wall? Okay, so that's American Horror Story Hotel. That is American Horror Story Asylum, and then that's Ash versus Evil Dead. And of course, my American flag to pay homage to Cult. Jennifer Connelly was another one that liked Part 2 much better. BRT liked Part 2 much better. And let's see. BRT says he's seen the original 1 and 2 movies, but not the show yet. Oh, you got to see it, BRT. It's awesome. Yes, Anthony, you really have to rewatch it. I don't remember this in Part 2. I remember him doing one-man act in the whole movie. Yeah, okay, so basically AJ, he does. So in the first half of The Evil Dead, it really is that. It's just Bruce Campbell and his comedic physical performances with The Evil Dead. So yes, but that happens in the second half of the movie where Annie, Bobby Joe, Jake, and all of them get to the cabin, and then Ash is sucked into the vortex. So AJ, no, darling, we did not cover Part 2 last week. We covered, well, yes, we did cover Part 2 last week, but we covered the first half of Bruce Campbell just by himself doing the comedic act and all that stuff. So yeah. MaryGirl, Moody, how was season 1? It's really good. Oh, and guys, I'm going to, by the way, I loved that television show, The Exorcist. I'm going to start doing reviews when the show starts again next month. Okay. So let's see. What happens in Ash versus Evil Dead? Well, in the first season, Ash is still working at the same supermarket, basically, that he was at the end of Army of Darkness. And Pablo is his coworker, and so is Dana DeLorenzo, that's Kelly. And while he's there at work, he realizes that, but right before he's got to work, he realized that he smoked a joint with a girl and read from the Necronomicon that brought the Evil Dead back to life. So he is trying to get his paycheck from work so he can get the hell out of Dodge. And while he's at work, his boss won't let him leave until the end of his shift, and then he can get his paycheck. So while he's there, he explains to Pablo about the Evil Dead before and how it's followed him. And Pablo says, well, let me help you. And so he says, no, thank you. And he gets his check and he leaves. So Pablo and Kelly go after him to his trailer. And while they're there at his trailer, the Evil Dead attack all of them. So they believe him. Kelly wants to go home to her parents because her mother has suddenly shown up and she's been dead for many years. So yeah, I mean, it was, so it's the whole season 1 is Ash's journey to find the source of the evil dead so he can like say a verse in the book that'll put the evil dead back where it belongs. And that's the whole point of season 1. And it eventually does end up with him back at the cabin at the end, which was really great because the original cabin where they shot the movie burned down like many years ago, like probably like 20 years ago. The cabin burned down, the real one. So the special effects team did an amazing job with recreating the cabin in Ash versus Evil Dead for season 1 and season 2. So it was really great. Hey, Niall, it's so great to have you. Hey, Murder Motel, it's so great to have you too. I'm so happy you guys are here. Let's see. Let's see. I should watch it. Yes, you definitely should watch it. Hi, Bree Bree. It's so nice to have you. Okay, so let's take this quiz because there is a quiz online to see if you are an ultimate Ash or an Evil Dead fan. So let's see if I pass this trivia quiz. All right, so this is 10 questions. You got to submit your answers, and the wrong answers will be marked. So question number 1, guys. One of the pages recovered from the Book of Evil shows Ash in the past with his boomstick and chainsaw. Well, I mean, yes, absolutely. I mean, it does, but it does. I thought like an Army of Darkness or Ash versus Evil Dead season 2 or something. I don't know if it showed it in the original Evil Dead 2. But it was later, so I'm going to mark it as true. No, I don't want to see if I'm right or wrong, so I'm not taking chat comments right this second. I'm going to see if I can do this myself. So number 2, who plays Henrietta, the Cellar Witch? Well, that's easy. That's definitely Ted Raimi. What is Ash's last name? Williams, hello. Jones, Grant, Williams, or Smith? Those are the choices. The actress that plays Bobby Joe, Cassie DePavia, played in which daytime soap opera? Come on, give me one that's hard. She played in one. Well, she played in One Life to Live. So, but it's not the choice. She is Cassie. Oh, I have her face right in me, Bobby Joe. She was definitely on One Life to Live. Because I remember her on there because she was in love with a guy who was horribly suspected of terrible rape crimes and stuff. And I just can't remember the name. So that was One Life to Live. So the choices are Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, Sunset Beach, or The Guiding Light. Okay, well, I watched Days of Our Lives for a little bit, and I never saw her on there. I never watched General Hospital, Sunset Beach, or Guiding Light. So I'm going to take a stab at this one. I'm going to say Sunset Beach because that sounds like something quick and fast that she might have been in. Which book is placed on top of the bucket to keep the evil dead hand prisoner? A Farewell to Arms. Hello. The choices are Moby Dick, 1984, and Carrie. I like the choices. Of course, and A Farewell to Arms. Number 6, Ash cuts his left hand with a chainsaw. That's false. It was his right hand. What is the name of the professor? Well, I can obviously say that because when you look at the picture back there, it's his right hand with the chainsaw. What is the name of the professor who owns the cabin in the woods? Well, that is easy. That is Professor Raymond Noby. Okay, choices are Professor Richard Brown, Professor Jack Cross, and Professor Robert Landry. I don't know who Robert Landry is. That sounds a little familiar, but it's Raymond Noby. So which horror movie's item can be seen in the cellar? Freddy's glove. No, that is in the... That is in the little shed. Jason's mask, no. Michael Myers' knife, no. Poltergeist's TV set. Okay, it must be the Freddy glove, and they must mean the shed. The cellar is a basement. Which shape does the necklace have when Ash is evil and finds it on the living room floor? What shape does the necklace have? Well, a vortex, I would think. It's a circle, so it's a circle. So the question. The choices are a heart, a demon, a vortex, a skull. Let's say a vortex. What shape does the necklace have? Yeah, it's a vortex. It's a circle. Okay, so what student movie is the prequel that started the whole series? That's easy. Within the Woods. The choices are The Evil Within, Angry Souls, Within the Woods, Devils of the Past. And the answer is Within the Woods. So let me submit my answers and let me see how well I did. I scored an 80. I got 8 out of 10 questions right. Okay, so number 1 is true. The pages recovered from the Book of Shadows shows Ash in the past with his boomstick and a chainsaw. Okay. Ted Raimi does play Henrietta in the cellar. Ash's last name is Williams. Oh, so Bobby Joe played on Guiding Light. Okay, A Farewell to Arms was the book placed on top of the bucket to keep the evil dead hand a prisoner. Ash sawed off his left hand. False. It is his right. What is the name of the professor? I was right. It is Professor Noby. I was right on number 8. Which other horror movie items can be seen? Freddy's glove. And what shape does the necklace have when Ash is evil and finds it on the floor? Oh, I was wrong. It was a skull. So technically I got 90 because that was a stupid question about the girl. I mean, I didn't know about her soap opera. Who knows? Who watches soap operas? Who has the time? And then, of course, Within the Woods was the name of the movie prequel. So how did you guys do? Let me check your comments and let me see how you guys did. AJ says, shit, I don't know. Fuck, I didn't microanalyze the film, LOL. Absolutely. Oh my God. See, AJ, okay, Anthony, I microanalyze everything, which is how I would know a lot of this stuff. So Jason says, I knew nothing. Brett asks, MaryGirl, is there a goth girl in the show, Ash versus Evil Dead? No, but there is the girl right there at the far left. That's Kelly holding the hacksaw or holding the little, hacksaw. She is, she's not goth, but there isn't. Oh, and there's Lucy Lawless. She's in the show, but she's not goth. She's got this amazing, beautiful pink hair in season 2. So hot. I can't believe it. Niall says 0. I should really have a go at watching the show. Niall, you are so cute. Henry says, I watch General Hospital, Young and the Restless, and Bold and the Beautiful. Well, when I was younger, I absolutely had the time. I watched One Life to Live, and I watched Days of Our Lives. And I started watching Days of Our Lives when I was a sophomore in high school because Marlena started to become possessed. And Sammy came back into the picture, pregnant with Carrie's baby. And one of my friends watched the show and she was like, it's not Austin's baby. It's Lucas's, I'm telling you. And sure, she was right. Like, it came out many years later because Sammy was pregnant forever. And that baby was a newborn forever, little Will. But sure, she was right. So, I mean, yeah, that really got me watching the show. So, Passions, Henry Mills, Chase. Passions. I watched it because it was after Days of Our Lives. You are my passion for life. Luis and Sheridan. Yes. And Teresa. Yes. 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 Watched it too because half of those actors are now on Days of Our Lives, which is good. I'm glad that they went out and found all these different places. But Yeah, I'm pretty sure though that even though that show has been over for about maybe 10 years now, I'm sure Charity is still stuck inside that poor demon closet that who was it her cousin put her into? The one that wanted Miguel so much. What? AJ, what? Oh my God, are you serious? Will was hashtag spoiler. Will was murdered on Days of Our Lives. Oh my God. I haven't seen that show. I haven't seen Days of Our Lives like maybe 6 years. So you gotta, well, AJ, Anthony, we'll talk on like the chat and stuff, and you gotta fill me in on some stuff. Tell me what happened. So I am so excited for Ash versus Evil Dead season 3, guys. Again, this is why I do the streams. So again, if you guys are loving the streams, please don't forget to give them a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you would like to, come join my Facebook group, Ash versus Evil Dead Junkies on Facebook. And I will stream every Sunday at 10 p.m. Will married Sunny. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know who Sunny is, but that's great. Yeah, I'm streaming Ash versus Evil, or I'm streaming Ash every Sunday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. The necktie killer killed him. Oh my God. Not another serial killer on Days. I remember when everybody was getting killed off, and then Days was so afraid because they pissed off all the fans when they killed off all of the good characters. And then they ended up bringing them all back and putting them on an island where Stefano had sent them. Yeah, they were just, yeah, I don't know. It's insane. Okay, so we have some trivia for the Evil Dead Part 2. We have the laughing mad scene at the beginning of the movie in the first half. It came from one of the film crew bobbing a flex lamp and accompanying it with a silly Popeye laugh. Both the moving lamp and the goofy laugh made it into the scene. And it says what could have been Bobby Joe was written as a role for Holly Hunter, the actress. But Dino De Laurentiis vetoed the choice as he didn't think she was beautiful enough. Oh, I think Holly Hunter's pretty hot. I mean, I don't, that's just my opinion, but she is, I don't know, she is really beautiful. She's intelligent. That's what I think is very beautiful about her. In the commentary, the producer, Rob Talbert, mentions that they did have a version of the recap first act of the film that did feature Scotty, Shelley, and Cheryl. And in the final film, these three were left out entirely. That would have been awesome to see. I didn't hear that in the commentary. Now, one thing I was disappointed of, I have to say, in Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2 is that we only got a commentary with the actors and the producers and stuff in the last 2 episodes. In Season 1, we got a commentary with every single episode. And in this one, we only got it with 2. So I love those commentaries. And I did not hear that in the Evil Dead commentary. I'll have to go back and listen to that. Maybe it's somewhere. Maybe there's a special Evil Dead 2 version where they remastered it and restored it. I'll have to check. So on the DVD commentary, Sam Raimi mentions that Bobby Joe's death was originally supposed to happen to a male character, and that in an early version of the script, the cabin had become a hideout for a group of escaped convicts that were looking for buried treasure. Ooh, that sounds pretty, I would like to see that storyline. That would be, oh my God, that would be a kick-ass way to extend the Evil Dead into another movie and still have Bruce Campbell in it. Because these convicts come to this place, they're digging for treasure, they find the Necronomicon that Ash has left there or something, and they release the evil, so he's got to come back at the movie to, like, you know, put it back and get back to Jacksonville before Friday. I don't know, but yeah, that would have been a really great plot line. Plot for the Evil Dead 2. I'm glad they did it the way they did, but it really would have been pretty cool. The producers insisted upon having different colors to avoid, or different colors of blood to avoid an X rating. This proved futile as the MPAA gave the film an X rating anyway. The film was ultimately released unrated. Seriously, how can you give The Evil Dead 2 an X rating? So the sexy, surly Bobby Joe was inspired by Holly Hunter, who was a housemate of Sam Raimi's in the early 80s. along with Joel Cohen and Frances McDormand. Ooh. One particular incident inspired the character. Hunter was auditioning for a hooker part and was unusually made up and wearing a sexy, short-skirted outfit. She became angry at Raimi when he somewhat leered at her. Raimi pulled for Hunter to play the part, but the producers wanted someone sexier. Okay, yeah, I get it. Like, now, okay, cool. And let's do one more, and then we're going to close down the stream. Many scenes were deleted from the movie, and according to official reports, all of them and the original version of the movie are lost. Oh. Some of the scenes include Henrietta is in a rocking chair while the professor reads the incantations while she rocks in the light, revealing her demonic eyes. Next one, Linda's severed head throws up black bile on Ash when it's trapped in the vice, which is why black slime suddenly appears around her mouth in the final scene. Next one, Linda's severed head puts its long snake tongue in Ash's mouth when he's sitting in the rocking chair. Oh, that would have been great. Next one, alternate longer take of the blood flood with the green and yellow blood. Next one, after hitting the possessed Ed with the axe, the scene continues as a half-headed Ed runs after them and eventually is chopped to pieces and body parts flop on the floor. That would have been nice. Next one is possessed Ash eating a squirrel as he runs after Annie. Oh my God, that would have been badass to see. And the final one is Ash's demonic face morphing into normal after he takes his girlfriend's necklace. Fans of the movie did manage to find very rare 36 minutes long work print, which only has very early versions of opening and ending scenes with only a few extra shots, an old rare TV version of the movie with many alternate and extended scenes, but unfortunately, even this version doesn't include all of the famous deleted scenes. I am going to search YouTube for that shit. And if I find it, I'll make a video on it. All right, guys, look, if you want a shout out, please put it into the comments because I'm going to start doing shout outs and, wrapping out the stream. So you guys are awesome. Are you doing a quiz on AHS Cult on Tuesday after the show is over? Okay, so Brett, I'm going to do Beyond the Heart, which is an unofficial American Horror Story after show with Tammy, Casey, and Maisie. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a pre-show before American Horror Story Cult, and I will be live streaming with them during the premiere. So, yeah, I mean, the whole day on Tuesday, you're going to see this mug live streaming. Like after 5 o'clock is when I'm going to start live streaming. So, but yeah, I'm going to be live streaming until about like 10, 11 Tuesday night. So I'm definitely going to get a lot of sleep. I'm going to try to in order to make sure that I can stay up for you guys. So, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome for watching. Let me start doing shout outs. Number one, shout out to Jennifer Conley. Jennifer, you are amazeballs. Thank you for being here. Henry Chase says, Will and Sunny. Oh, you put, okay. Yeah. If you put that in the group, in the Facebook group of the freaks or the cult members of AHS, I will see it. Shout out to you, Anthony. Shout out to you, Jason. Jason said he stopped watching Days because everyone was either getting pregnant or killed. Shout out so much to BRT. And BRT says, shout out to Mary, Casey, Maisie, and Tammy. You were awesome, BRT. Thank you. And guys, also, I wanted to remind you, because of my patrons and their amazing, wonderful donations and they're keeping my channel alive. And that's also why I have been able to post a lot more videos. Now, I'm going to keep posting more videos, obviously, but, you know, they're special right now for the American Horror Story premiere. But please, if you do donate to the Patreon, you get special only live streams, videos, chats, comments, all that stuff. And you get rewards, even just for $1. And again, every dollar goes to pay for the prizes that I give out on the channel and to pay to keep improving the channel so that way I can give you more videos, more live streams, more everything that you want. So you guys are so awesome. I love you so much. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that way you will get a notification when I go live and when I set events and release videos. You are all awesome. I love you all so much. Good night, everyone.